So today let us try to understand goals of human life. So before that, let us understand with an example. If life is a journey, then what is the destination? We say that it's a journey. So but the journey is of whom? Who is the one who is on a journey? And the one is soul. So in this world there are total of 8.4 million species. Each living being is having soul. So soul is on a journey. So after birth and death they take up a new body and they enter into a new body. So body is temporary. We are eternal souls on a journey of changing different bodies, life after life. So after entering into the human body, we have the higher faculties to perform and to understand about the life that differs from animals. Let us understand with an example of how humans and animals have differences or what are the common similarities. Humans also eat, animals also eat. Animals do sleep, we also do sleep. Animals also do mating, humans also do mating. Animals also defend, they fight, and humans also they fight for their security. Now only one thing which is different than animals between animals and human beings is inquiring about the God, inquiring about the human life, inquiring about the purpose of life. Just like in a company, clerk is considered to be an example of animals and CEO is considered to be an example of humans. So CEO is having a higher rights, higher responsibility, higher position to execute the higher responsibilities. So human life is a responsible life to understand about what is the existence of our life, what is the purpose of our life, who is God, how to attain God, how to cross this cycle of birth and death is the main goal of our life. So Purusharthas is a governing principles. That means the objectives of human life, the purpose of human life. So Purusharthas are like blueprints of human life one must abide to. So what are these four principles? That is Dharma, Artha, Kama, Moksha. So everybody in this world is executing their own karmas, their own responsibilities according to their roles. So while executing the roles and responsibilities, we must follow these four principles. So first principle is live with Dharma. So living with Dharma means executing our responsibilities by following four regulative principles. What are the four regulative principles? One is follow compassion, that is karuna towards other living beings, no meat eating. Second is austerity, tapasya. We should not be doing any intoxication like smoking, drinking, or drugs. Third is satya, that is no gambling. We have to follow the truth which is given in the scriptures. We should abide by the scriptures. Fourth is cleanliness, no illicit sex. Regulated desires within the marriage and regulated desires within ourselves to keep our internal and external cleanliness. Just like a car which has four tires, in the similar way, when we follow Dharma, we have to maintain these four principles, that is compassion, austerity, truth, and swachha. These are the four rules one must follow. Otherwise, a human being is not called as follower of Dharma. He is equal to animals. So animals cannot follow all this. Only human beings are meant to be followed and understand the purpose of life. So while executing the purpose of life and executing the responsibilities, these four are the governing rules which one must follow. And then while executing the proper responsibilities, by following the Dharma, we acquire Artha, that means wealth, to fulfill or live a comfortable life so that we can focus on the goal of life. So Artha does not mean that we should restrict, we should acquire money in order to live a comfortable life and to maintain our family and to contribute to our society, so that on a bigger scale we can understand the goal of life and help our Artha in achieving that. And once we achieve Artha, normally everybody have their own desires and their pleasures in this world. So we have to regulate our desires. So tendency to enjoy the material happiness is innate in every being. So we need to regulate our desires, understand which which enjoyment, which pleasures of this material world are good for my goal, which are to be restricted, which are helpful to achieve my goals. So desires must be regulated as per dharma. Living a life with regulated desires of enjoyment, or any desire or enjoyment which is not aligned to my ultimate goal of life to attain Krishna, must be avoided. So we have to regulate our desires of enjoyment. We have to abide by dharma and enjoy. Second is last is moksha. So by following dharma while executing roles and responsibilities, we acquire artha and we live a comfortable life, and then we fulfill our desires, that is through kama. And fourth stage is moksha. So once we execute all these three in a proper way, and the ultimate goal is moksha. So moksha is our ultimate goal. That's where human life is meant to cross over this life of birth and death, so to ultimately attain, go back home, back to Krishna. So these are dharma, artha, kama, moksha. So when we follow all these four properly, then we can attain the ultimate goal of our life. But unfortunate situation today, we can see that dharma and moksha are discarded. People are running behind acquiring wealth and fulfilling their own desires, fulfilling their own selfish desires, fulfilling their own sense of enjoyments. So that is the reason when dharma and moksha are taken off, then there is a degradation of the human existence. So we fall down. That's the reason we see so much of violence, so much of irreligion that is happening, because people are not following dharma and do not have the ultimate goal moksha with them. So by following all four in the balance, we can attain the ultimate goal of our life. So only focusing on acquiring money and fulfilling our selfish desires can degrade our complete life, and we end up doing sinful life, and then we again take birth because we have not followed dharma. We do not have the ultimate goal as moksha. So by acquiring money, by fulfilling desires, we are acquiring more and more karma, and then we again take birth. So to get out of this birth and death cycle and to attain our eternal blissful life with Krishna, go back home, back to Krishna, we have to follow dharma and artha, kama, and then moksha ultimately. Thank you.